Hello, everybody. Welcome to another installment of a What If My Hero X Digimon. Today, we're continuing on with the story last where we left off of the Data King hero. Today, we have chapter 1, the official chapter, the hero's beginning. So, we're going to be going through that. I try to make it like a little presenty, made a slideshow thing, like to show the different characters and whatnot. So it would be like give more visual like representation, like to enjoy it. So yeah. We got to begin. Izuku was running excitedly through the town. From what he heard, there was something big going down at the Tatooine station. Dungeonron's voice then came out of Izuku's phone. Izuku, are you sure about this? I wouldn't call running towards a villain attack a good risk management. Gabamon's voice then followed. We know you're brave, but sometimes it does no one good to be reckless. Agumon then came for support. Yeah, it's like eating too much without thinking about the stomach ache that you might get. Mon Everett, the devious one, responded to that. Says the one who loves to stuff his face, an obvious tease. And then Izuku reminded them to be quiet down. Guys, it'll be okay. There's probably a bunch of heroes there already and I need to take notes. Gilmon then said what they're all thinking. Just be careful. His tone sounded tired and almost pleading. Arriving at the station, Izuku saw it. A large villain with a shark-shaped head seemed to be causing a bunch of collateral damage. Okay, I forgot about this slide. Yeah, we got Izuku on the Digimon. We got Inmon, Vmons, Dungeron, Agumon, Gilmon, and Goblimon. Okay, then we got the villain. But broken apart of the power line, but the construction theme hero Dead Arms arrived to catch it. And next, the fire theme hero Backdraft, who created a line of water to keep the billions out of the way. Tons of praise from the public poured into the two heroes, and some were practically mocking the villain. Next on the scene was the wood-clad knight Kamui Woods. Yeah. He arrived and began to engage with the villain. Izuku wormed his way into the front of the car with amazing eyes wide, and then Kamui Woods easily avoided the villain attack, and then he outstretched his mind and in readiness for his special move. Izuku, as long as the villain, both shouted out preemptive binding with chain prison. Oh god. That's a tongue twister. And then out of a new voice landed in the area. Canyon. The voice of the woman rang out as the large woman over 60 feet kicked the tall villain through the station. I never realized it, but this shark villain is pretty tall. And big, too. The world's new hottest hero, Mountain Lady proclaimed. The paparazzi getting enough of the pictures. And then the old man standing next to Izuku noticed him and said, "You want to be a hero too, huh?" And then he smiled with pride. Yes, more than anything. A few minutes later at Aladare Junior High, the teacher stood at the podium with serious looks. So, as third year students, it's time to start thinking serious about your futures and what you want to do with your lives. I could pass out career aptitude tests, but why bother? And he picks a paper up and throws them. I know you all want to go for the hero route. As he said this, many of the students began showing off their quirks. The only exception being Bakugo, who just looked quietly down at Izuku, who just raised his hand with an awkward smile. Then Bakugo, stole the show with his words alone. Hey Teach, don't lump me in with these bunch of D-list losers. I'm the real deal, but these guys will end up as sidekicks of some D-lister. The class yelled in and out in protest, most of them irritated by his obvious ego. Bakugo responded by challenging them all. And then the teacher suddenly snapped his head and noticed him say, "Oh yeah, Midoriya, don't you want to go to UA too?" Along with Bakugo's silence, Izuku jumped out of his seat. The class began to look at Izuku. Some thought it was easy for him to get in. Others thought he didn't deserve it. This was the effect his quirk had on people. Some people just weren't comfortable that he can summon monsters to do it all for him. Bakugo sat down in his seat, grumbling in rage. "Damn it, Deku! Trying to steal my spot? That damn cheater! Screw him and his stupid monsters!" Izuku sat down and sank into his seat in an embarrassment. Somewhere else in the city, a robbery had just occurred. A few hours later at Oladera Junior High, class had ended. Many students had left. Now Izuku sat alone at his phone, looking at the news. Man, that fight was all money all over the news. I think Kame Woods should have gotten some credit. That mountain leader stole everything just by doing anything. He never liked it when effort wasn't rewarded. Oh yeah, the author of this story said this was a clue to see what Royal Knights Vmon would transform into. Leave down in the comments below what Royal Knight you think Vmon shapes into based on this. And yeah, the Izuku responded with a small sigh. That's just how things are. Either way, I better write some notes down before I forget anything. And then Bakugo, who just came up, said, "I don't know what you think you're doing, Deku, but I need a word with you." And then Bakugo's friends showed up behind him. After realizing what the notebook was, they began to mock Izuku. Izuku tried to take his notebook back from Bakugo, but he threw it out the window. Bakugo said, "I know I can't stop you from getting into UA, but I'll warn you right now. Your little freaks can't protect you forever. Watch, I'll be the next big thing, while you and your monsters will be shown their place." Izuku then stared at the floor. When all the bullies left, his phone acted with complained voice, bearing in intensity. Dorumon was quiet. Agumon and Gabumon were commenting on how much of a jerk Bakugo is. Gilmon was yelling like he was ready to bite his head. Vmon was talking about how ungrateful the bullies was for everything good that happened to them. And Emma was talking about how he's gonna beat them up. Izuku then said, "Come on guys, quiet down, we're gonna leave soon." And then Izuku, how many times have we had this talk? The talk that he was referring to every time Dorumon tried to help Izuku stand up for himself. I know, it's just I don't want to be responsible for ruining his career before he starts. Emma then commented, "Yeah, we'll be lucky if he does that to himself." Every now and then gave him a look, and then he closed his mouth. "I'll show him," Izuku said. All the work we put into will come together at the entrance exam." Minutes later, Izuku's walking down the line, and then suddenly a slime pops out of a manhole, and then it comes out. "You'll make a perfect skin suit for me to hide in." And then Izuku reached his phone, and then it began to charge. "Entmon!" And then Entmon comes out of the phone and out of his in physical form and then says, "Bada boom!" And then through a burst of fire stunning the villain. That's it. I gotta admit, it's flashy but not very strong. And then Entmon glare at the villain. I'll show you strong. Entmon Digiball 2, Wizardmon. And then, alright, and then Izuku yells, Wizardmon, hit him with it. Thundercloud. And then his staff surged with blue lightning that shot out at the villain. The villain was only stunned further. Further the scream creature popped out of nowhere, and now it's changed. He's too shocked to dodge the lightning. He couldn't hold it together. His body exploded in all directions, covering the air with his liquid body. Izuku then says, "Good job out there." And then Wizard gave him the thumb up. Nice thinking. The others may have been stronger, but your size would have been detrimental. That and the lightning seems to be very effective. Another one for me, your resident feature knight. Wizardmon began to gloat him from the praise. And then, out of nowhere, All Might. Have no fear, for I am here. The man had risen tall. And then he glanced over to Wizardmon, who he proclaimed looked like a hero. Well, thanks a lot, fellow hero. I can't say I recognize you, but truly appreciate your work. I thought I almost lost that villain. Wizardmon was stunned in silence. Not only was the #1 hero complimenting him, but he also confused him for a hero. Wait, hold on. I'm actually not exactly. Izuku then passed him his notebook open and empty page. Excuse me, All Might, can I have your autograph? And All Might laughed. Of course you can. Then he signed Izuku's notebook. Well, what do you say, fellow hero? Would you like to help me bring this villain in? Now, Wizardmon, once more shocked, says, actually, sir, I'm not really a hero. I'm actually a quirk. His quirk, he pointed at Izuku. All Might's face never changed, but internally it's freaking loud. Wait, what? That man is a quirk? No, you get yourself back in order, Toshinori. You heard and experience more unusual things. I see. That's a quite impressive quirk, young man. You better believe I'm impressive. Wizardmon flexed one of his arms, and then Izuku nodded quickly, repeatedly. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All Might would then go to finish on his job. Today maybe been a little rough, but overall it was amazing. Izuku just didn't get to see some heroes in action. He got to see All Might himself. So when he continued home with his big smile, 10 months from now, the 10 months from now, the entrance exam at UA. So soon he would put everything he had into training it for his friends by his side. His digital friends were filled with excitement, and this was just a step closer to Izuku's dream, and they were happy to walk the path with him. Alright, folks, that's pretty much it for this chapter. I'll try to get better with the slide organization. Wasn't well enough, but yeah, that's it for chapter 1. The Hero's Bringing. I'm gonna put the link to the fanfic down below in the description, and give credit to the author. And leave a like, subscribe, and question down below. Which Royal Knight do you think is gonna appear first out of all the Digimon he has so far? From Entmon, Beamon, Doraemon, Agumon, and Gilmon, and Gabumon. Which one do you think will appear first? Alright. See you guys later. Bye.